I've talked about this before, but I want to reiterate. John Wall and the Houston Rockets are nearing a buyout. And if you guys want to hear so basically the buyout for the last few years, the problem has been that John Wall doesn't want to surrender any money. And the Rockets didn't want to start him. And he was just like, if you aren't going to start me, I don't see a reason why you guys are going to play me. And they're like, you're right. So here's $47 million and go train at home. And now they're probably going to give him $47 million and buy him out. Because John Wall's a businessman. He's just like, I'm forcing your hand. You can either send me home and pay me $47 million again. Or you can pay me $47 million and buy me out. What do you want to do? You're going to pay me $47 million regardless. Want me on the team? Just looking like a genius. Oh, I didn't mean to hit the microphone. But looking like a genius for just taking your money for another year for just training at home? Or does it look better that you're paying me to play for another team? Probably looks a little bit better to pay him to play for another team than to pay him to play at home and to have you be ripped to shreds via media every time he posts him just dogging workouts. So that's my opinion right there. And you know me, I'm a huge John Wall fan, and I really do hope for everything for him. Now, I think the John Wall, depending on what happens with the Kyrie situation, but I really think I want him to go to Miami. I want him and Kyle Lowry to be the point guard rotation. I just love the idea of that. And you know Jimmy Butler would get the best out of what's left of John Wall. And then the Clippers would be cool. I think the Clippers would be cool. And then the third team, of course, let's bring him back to Washington. Let's bring him home. He never wanted to leave. Let's get it done. And I think it would just be a win-win situation for everybody. Okay? He's just so fun to watch. And John Wall's just always been one of my favorite players to just growing up. You know, he's one of the guys that you used to play, like when we used to play basketball at the court. I mean, I still play every day, but when I used to in middle school and high school, it used to be like John Wall when he attacked the rim. And obviously people don't do that anymore, but man, John Wall was so cool. I think really for me, if he's not going to go to the Wizards, I want him to go to Miami. But if he's going to come back to anywhere, I want him to go back to Washington, baby. Imagine if KD did come. It would be Beal, KD, John Wall, Kristaps Porzingis, and then they trade the rest of the core. But I really do think it would be so much fun to just see them bring Wall back. But I really do like the idea of Wall being rejuvenated by Jimmy Butler, Pat Riley, and Eric Spoelstra. And maybe arguably being the starting point guard, then you move Kyle Lowry off the bench, but someone's going to be like, well, you're paying Kyle Lowry all that money, you better have him starting. I was like, you're right. And then have John Wall come off the bench and John Wall play more minutes. Because John Wall, I personally think, is probably really healthy because he hasn't played much. So his body's probably really recovered and healthy and in good shape because he's just working out 24/7. So for me, I think that's awesome. I really do. And all I want to do is see John Wall have success and continue being the best player that he can be, which we know what he's capable of, and he's just so much fun. He really is. He's just phenomenal. And he's a great player. And I do hope he goes somewhere where he's wanted or at least going to be utilized correctly. Because he looked decent when he played for the Rockets a year ago, 18 months ago. It's been a minute since that happened, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Go check out my NBA show. We daily, Monday through Friday, 9:30 East Central Time, 10:30 Eastern. But yeah, goodbye.